Namaskar, welcome to my channel. I am Maina Bhatnagar. Time and again, wars have devastated humanity. Still, countries go for war, knowing very well that there is never a winner in war. So, apart from this knowledge and that massive ego that humans have, what else causes war? I have tried to study this through the planetary perspective, that what are the combinations that create war. There is not much literature, there is, but not enough as in comparison to the personal chart studies for mundane. There have been great scholars who have made predictions, but I personally feel that their studies are a lot based on their own observations as well. So astrology is, especially mundane, is a matter of lot of observation, not just speculation. So I have taken charts of the wars in past to study and compare what is happening today. My first chart is of the First World War that broke on in June 28, 1914. At that time, Saturn was in Gemini with Mercury and Sun. Mars was in Leo with Ketu in combination and in aspect with Saturn. Rahu aspected Saturn, and Uranus and Jupiter were in Capricorn. When the war broke off, both Ketu and Mars had broken off from Saturn. The Second World War took place or started in September 1939. At that point, Saturn was in Aries with Uranus and Mars was in Capricorn. Saturn was also with Rahu Ketu. And again, when the war broke off in 1945, Mars was moving towards Aries. And Uranus was in Taurus. My third chart is of 19th March 2003. When America invaded Iraq. At that time, Saturn was in Taurus with Rahu Ketu. Ketu aspected Saturn from Scorpio, and Mars was in Venus star, and Rahu was in Venus sign. My fourth chart is from when Iran and Iraq war broke off in September 1980. At that time, Saturn was in Virgo with Mercury, and Ketu was in the 10th house aspecting Saturn, and Mars was aspecting Ketu from Libra along with Uranus. These were the combination that indicate that Saturn, Mars and Ketu definitely get involved and create war. Apart from Saturn and Mars, though Ketu on its own is highly spiritual, unlike Rahu, which is totally material, because Ketu is the tail. When Ketu gets involved with Mars, he's an explosion. He's like a bomb that explodes. So in all the bigger train accidents and crashes, Ketu and Mars come in together. There is no doubt about it. So at this point of time, Mars is about to enter on 27th with Saturn in Capricorn. Saturn is in Capricorn. Right now Uranus is in Aries, Saturn is in Capricorn, and Mars is about to enter. So his energy is already there, is about to enter in with Saturn, and Ketu is in Scorpio. So when Mars enters Capricorn, the Ketu energy will become like Mars. So we will have the combination of Saturn, Mars and Ketu. This is something everybody is dreading. But as one person can't do everything by himself, we always need some support. Similarly, for something like big like this to happen, There is one more planet who is playing a role here. In my understanding, I have found Uranus. Because Uranus is a far off planet. On personal charts, we don't read him because he's too far. But when it comes to universal energies, we cannot ignore. The Uranus in Hindi is known as Arun. In all the combinations I've seen, Uranus has been directly involved with Saturn. So how is Uranus playing a role here? Let's understand who is Uranus. Uranus in Greek mythology, and Greek mythology is as rich as Hindu mythology, is the sky. And Gaia is the mother, the earth. So Uranus comes to meet Gaia, and their union creates many titans. Gaia, the mother, is pregnant with many, many titans in her womb. But Uranus won't leave Gaia. With the result, all of those titans are trapped inside. They want to break free and they cannot break free. This goes on for thousands of years. Finally, Cronus, that is the Saturn, cuts his own father's private parts, and with the blood flow, the titans find freedom, and Cronus leads this. So there is a war happening when Uranus and Cronus or Saturn meet. This is what I feel in these combinations. So is this combination applicable today? There is an indirect combination happening the day Mars enters Capricorn, because Mars will aspect Uranus, and this is where the fire begins. But the fire is only aided because Ketu is also there, and Ketu is there till 17th of March. So I feel that yes, there is a very difficult situation going on. Ketu moves out of Scorpio and goes into Libra. This is a big relief, because without Ketu, Mars is not so powerful. This should de-escalate the situation. But the fire still burns, the situation still stays grim. Till 7th of April, because Mars is in conjunction with Saturn and we cannot ignore this conjunction. The question is, will there be a world war? And that's why I took this question. I personally feel no. The reason is that Uranus is not directly involved with Saturn. Saturn is with Mars and Mars looks at Uranus. But in other situations, Uranus was either with Saturn or was in Saturn's sign. So I feel this will not become a world war. It will only stay as a regional, will de-escalate after Ketu transits to Libra, and possibly die down after 7th of April. But something interesting will also happen, that when Libra sign has Ketu in transit in it, Rahu moves to Aries, and Aries is Uranus sitting. And Rahu, as clever, scheming and calculative he is, there will be a change of diplomacy. There will be a change of thinking, because Uranus is called the greatest awakener. So at this point of time, there will be many policies, rules. The world will see a different side of it. There is definite shake-up happening. And I hope that shake-up is good, because Uranus is not talking to Saturn. And more so, after 7th of April, there is no combination happening. So, this is my reading, and astrology is an ocean, and I am even minutest fraction of the student and the learning of it. So, I hope it helps in understanding what is going on. I am as curious and worried as most of us. Thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe my video. Namaskar.